very rich.
One question. Do we want to bring fleas
Just
into this
one,
grand
he
melee?
says.
No. In the final match, we would like to. We will bring as many as we think are effective. The question at this point is how many that will be. It'll likely be somewhere in the 4 to 6.
It would be also an opportunity to get rid of those that you do not use very much. The dead weight, if you will.
Well, either fortunately or unfortunately, a very large, scaly beast
Yes.
did a lot of that for us.
The dragon. Yes. I still can't comprehend massive dragons flying around Vatapor.
Do you... you remember the unpleasant fellow that I used to use as a bodyguard? Still scraping bits of him off the wall.
He was a good-mannered fauna, wasn't he?
Yes. He understood his place. There was... You wouldn't happen to know when they're selling those from the Persecutor.
No, I have inquired myself. The Pandemonium is full of slaves that need to make their way to market, yet, for some reason, the Magistrate's office as well as the Count is blocking their sale. I haven't even been able to go in and assess their value. There are many slave merchants that are chomping at the bit, as well as the other gladiatorial Ludi masters. You understand, we all want to know. I do hear that there is some tree beast called a... And he looks down at a page. He doesn't show you the page. He just sort of peels back some pages. Looks.
Treant.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it? Yes, a treant.
Some have said Trent.
Trent. Interesting. This Trent. I like Trent. This Trent is well. Apparently, it knows the common tongue. They lurched it out of some forest somewhere in this probably horrible backwater of Vaed, and they have trained it to, well, pummel men into pancakes.
Yes.
Very exciting. What a time we live in.
There are 2 others on board.
At this time, when they're all that excitement, he takes the box that was placed there and just sort of puts it down on the ground beside his chair so that it's out of sight and perhaps out of mind.
Grab it, Sid. Grab it. Grab it, Sid.
Are you flying into the room to try to...
No,
abscond
not
with
now.
Okay.
We will wait when everyone's asleep.
So, yes. When there are several others in there that are of interest. The benefits of getting your hands dirty is you get a bit of a sneak peek at the upcoming merchandise.
Ah, yes. I hear that you've already had a sneak peek, that you were part of this group that hunted down your lost property. Well,
Yes.
all of this is conjecture at this point until we have a chance to assess the value of the cargo. It's really mute. So, I will set up these matches for you, and you will return to me with the names and numbers of those that can participate in the grand team match, which I'm very well certain will be a castle match, a King of the Hill sort of thing.
Yes.
Hopefully, I've enticed you with the thought of our Imperial Prince providing a winner's purse, if you will.
Of course.
Good day, gentlemen.
A pleasure, as always.
Okay.
And good luck against the Crawl Barbarians. I look forward to introducing you. Oh, one last thing. I took a little bit of liberty with the alliteration of Damian and Demon, given the closeness of the 2 words. However, the Count didn't seem to like it too much when I, called you a demon. Apparently it's not very imperial of me. If there's another Gnome de Guerre that you wish to go by, please do let me know before you fight the next time. And he's now, his face is already down in the books to do this.
I shall give it due consideration.
Thank you, gentlemen. As always, it is a pleasure.
I believe the darling would be good.
You know,
It is
you
much more
jest.
politer than demon.
I do not jest. I say that with the greatest of sincerity. You have pleasant looks, and you are artistic in your slaying.
Yes, I think that could
Yeah,
work.
also-
Darling Damian Van Imp. Yes. I think that... Yes! Darling Damian Van Imp.
Darling, well, he smiles. You might have to get a scarf or something.
Oh,
and you notice
and
he
a
goes
hat
to
with
another
a giant feather.
another part of his book, and he crosses something off, probably the word demon, and he scribbles in darling and blows on it. And
Yeah,
Okay.
He'll be the gorgeous George of the wrestling or the gladiatorial world.
Sid, are
question.
you leaving as they're leaving?
Sid?
Yeah.
No, Sid is staying for the good stuff. There might be a letter in there. Who knows?
There's the question about, did you want fleas in your grand melee against the barbarians?
Fleece is what, 4th level?
Yeah, he's 4th level now.
And why would we bring him? We could.
To give him XP.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dangerous fight. But all right, yeah.
That was the question that was being asked when they barred it in. So they might have just that moment got trampled by the.
That's fine. You can send a note. That's what couriers are for. Sid, are you leaving or are you staying? Dimitri is doing paperwork.
Sid's staying. Sid's
Okay.
staying.
He does paperwork for about 2 hours.
He knows he's gonna open that box.
Eventually, he puts the box on the table. He takes out a key out of the top drawer. He is now moving to the shutters, which you're looking through.
Okay, there's no other way to get in.
You could sneak in now.
Is the window open?
Yeah.
Oh, dangereux, dangereux. Oui, monsieur. Yeah, let's do it.
Don't shoot it. You got what, a plus 45 right now?
Yeah, you notice
Shut up.
he was getting up. He grabbed the key, and then he was getting up, and he's turning towards the window. And you could probably sneak in the opposite way he's turning.
Yeah.
That would leave you in the room.
That's fine.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
46.
Okay, you sneak under his desk now as he's turning. You kind of you flap into the room. He thought he heard something, but he just kept on going. He shutters the window. He closes the shutter, and with the key, he wanders over to he's just kind of flipping the key around like it's something that he constantly has, and then he goes to his door and he walks out into the little hallway, closes the double doors behind him, and locks you in his office. You're alone. The box is on the table, right in the middle. He's got a bunch of paperwork. You are in the commissioner's office.
The trap.
Take the money and then leave the box. Make it or swap it with like a smaller. Oh God! Oh, just screw them.
Just take the box and shit on his desk.
No. You also need to ruin the relationship with the barrister.
What are you doing, Sid?
Yeah, I'm
quiet,
gonna shut up.
quiet in the
I don't
peanut
have-
gallery.
I don't. I don't have the anything to replace it with. A weight to replace that with, or do I?
Well, what you can do is open the shutter, fly out, go grab something to replace it with, fly back, because he's probably gone for the night.
He's got a wisdom.
What time
He
is
does
it?
not
What time
have
is
an
it?
inner monologue.
It's like noon. He looks like he's left for lunch. Well, he had his lunch. He's leaving for some reason.
But he's got an interplay.
Hold on.
Funny. Yeah.
He hasn't eaten, and maybe he's eaten. You said
Yeah, he ate a platter full of like cheese and vegetables.
he put it in the middle of the desk.
And he put the box in the middle of the desk, as in this is the next thing he's going to deal with.
Okay,
And the key was for the door, although this thing does have a lock on it.
the thing does have a lock on it.
Yep.
Examine it. How difficult does it look like?
It is a fine box.
Lock.
It is a fine box with an amazing lock.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. What's the DC on amazing? 35?
40.
Yeah, I can't. Well, actually, on a nat 20, I can.
You have a plus 20 on your roll?
I have 20. If I throw my... with my mutagen, I have a 20... Cat's Grace 22. So 18. And 18, I can do it.
Okay. You are currently in bat form.
But I can't... what do you call it? I can't...
Take the box, throw it in a bag, just fly out.
How heavy is the box?
The box and the contents, well, you're a bat and you kind of shift it a little bit with your wing. The box and the contents are 30 pounds.
£30. Can I lift that?
It's a small dog.
I think because I retain my strength, don't I?
You have a size modifier and your strength drops.
Yeah, your 10 strength becomes, I believe, when you're a small bat.
It's as per beast
Oh,
shape.
you're a tiny bat.
Yep.
It's beast shape 2.
Minus two to strength. You've got an 8 strength and you're tiny.
All right. Well, I'll get.
Adam's the master of the encumbrance.
Yes.
He's had the Euchre training.
I had the Euchre training. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna pull up the. Should be a half. So. They changed the webpage. There we go. All right. So, your 8 strength is a load of 80 pounds, and then it gets divided by 20 pounds? 20 pounds heavy load? It's actually higher than I thought it would have been.
20 pounds heavy load. So,
That's pretty
well,
smart.
I could just turn into Sid, take it, and turn back into a bat and fly away, so there's that.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, Sid, you spend a moment, you turn back into Sid, you're in his office.
Sid's actually, I'm gonna drink my Cat's Grace.
Okay, you drink your mutagen.
Can I get how long would it take for me to try to unlock this and like take a 20 on it? Or can I take 20?
Right? Hey, Ziggy, how's it going? It's been a long time.
Zigster, what's going on? Can I take a 20 on this, Marty?
What's
Or
that?
not? Unlocking this, if I take
It
time.
would take 20 rounds, which is 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you start. What's your current bonus?
22.
Okay. Let's see. How many minutes before he's done his shit? It's under there. It's right there. It's there. It's right there.
It's all hair. It's all hair.
Okay. Yeah. So Sid, you take your time. You're under pressure, but you take your time, and you hear the satisfying click. The box clicks open.
Trap sense.
Do you have trap sense?
Yeah, I'm a rogue.
Spotter?
You have trap spotter, or are you searching for traps?
I'm doing both. I do have trap spotter.
Okay, give me a
Okay, so
perception check.
you auto search for traps.
Do you want me to roll? Sorry, I didn't hear what you
Yep.
said.
Yep.
27.
Okay, you don't see any traps on the box, although normally you do this before
Unlocking it.
before unlocking it, but the lock opened and the box clicked open without any problem. Are you opening the box?
There are no traps, so open the box.
Okay, you open the box. There is a small scroll that is rolled up, and you notice that there are, again, neatly stacked on their side in little grooves at the bottom of the box, talents. Your quick count is that there are 20 talents in the box.
There are 16 talents in the box.
What does scroll say? I'm using my tools to open them.
Okay, so you there is just a simple little string tied around it. There's no seal.
Yep.
The scroll doesn't say very much. It says, "For our continued friendship," and it has a single letter that it is signed under.
Yeah.
Where's that letter?
Blue balls, the terrible.
It's an S. It's a squiggly S.
Sid turns into I turn into what is it called?
bat?
No, not into a bat. I activate one of my skinwalker forms, and I get a nose, and I'm smelling the letter. Scent, baby.
So what are you doing? You are
Scent. I have scent ability.
You're smelling the letter.
Yep.
Okay, it smells like parchment and ink.
Nothing else. Doesn't give me any sense.
Give me a survival check to track by scent, or maybe a perception check. Which one are you doing?
Ooh,
Perception.
Perception. Since survival not so good.
Yeah, you need to compartmentalize and then ignore certain things as you're.
24.
There's a slight sea salt scent to the parchment.
What's the name of the guy with the hat?
You mean Soul Zoristar?
We're taking all the talents.
I'm sorry. What did Sid put together?
This is the sea captain guy.
Does Sid know about the sea captain guy?
Probably.
Yeah, he saw him rowing away at night.
No, not that guy. Oh, okay. If you think it's that sea captain guy.
Okay, that's a good.
Wisdom, crap.
Smells like potpourri. All right, he makes this guess that it must be the sea captain. Which sea captain we're talking about, I don't know. Are you're taking the box? You close it. Are you taking the scroll? Are you taking just the coins? What are you or the talents? The talents
how many are in there?
20.
20, and how many layers is it?
Just one. They're all kind of like coins up on their side in a stack, like poker chips kind of thing.
Oh, we'll take the first stack.
There are 2 rows of 10 apiece.
I'll just leave them with 16. Or 14. Let's leave them with 14. Fuck it, 10. 10. I'm taking 10 grand.
Okay, so you're taking half of the talents?
Yeah.
Okay. So you spend a
Not
moment...
touching any of the other coins.
So give me a second. 2 minutes to open the box, 1 minute to search, or one round to search for traps, 1 minute to open the note, 1 minute to read the note, or 1 round, sorry. 1 round of you standing there thinking how much you should take, 1 round of you thinking who this guy is, 1 round of taking the coins, 1 round of putting the coins away. All right, what are you doing now?
Closing the box, locking it, turning into a bat, and leaving.
Okay.
Out the window.
You close the box. Give me a disabled device check as you're trying to relock the box without the key.
Ooh. Don't they just go click? Or not? No, they don't. We're not.
What's the DC of the lock if you don't have the key?
40.
40.
The note's still inside, right?
No, still inside. Yeah, okay. Sid's gonna be like, let him have fun. Sid's going to Actually, yeah. Take the gold. Just leave it unlocked. Turn into a bat, and wait for him to open the door.
Okay, as you're turning into a bat, you can hear the key to the door jiggling.
Good timing. Let's stealth this bitch.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Okay, my mutagen is running, and my cat's grace is running.
It's gonna be hilarious if you get trapped
50.
under the desk while he's there, just waiting.
Okay, so you turn into a bat and you scramble underneath the desk. Dimitri comes over and sits behind the desk.
As he opens the door.
Oh, you're gonna now try to.
Oh, I want to hear what he's gonna say actually.
Okay, so you're underneath the desk. He sits down. He scratches himself a little bit and adjusts himself in his chair. Then he opens a drawer and pulls out an envelope. He tears open the envelope, pulls out a tiny key. He takes out the key. He puts it into the lock of the box. Does he notice that the... Oh, that's strange.
Is it one of those ones where you fiddle with it, now it's locked? He's like,
it's like... He keeps on turning, and then eventually he opens it up. How did you put back the note?
The same way. Thing back in.
Okay. All right, he looks at the note, he tears it open, he slides it out. Continued friendship. Oh, Captain, you bastard. Ooh, that seems a little light. Fucking pirates, is what he says. He closes the... you can hear him taking out the talents and playing with them on the desk. He counts them a couple of times. It's hardly worth getting out of the bed in the morning for that. We'll just see. We'll just see. He's writing in his book.
God damn it, Chewbacca. You did such a good job. Don't get caught.
Okay,
Yes,
he then
very well
he
done.
puts
Very
the
well
box off to the side, and you could tell he's flipping through paperwork.
Okay, so he's gonna fuck. Is the door open or closed?
Um,
Is there a way out?
1, it's open. 2, it's just slightly ajar. 3, it is closed. It is slightly ajar.
All right. If nothing interesting happens, he's gonna bugger off.
Okay,
Oh,
so-
let's wait. Let's wait and see if somebody else comes in.
That fart's squeakily. It's not a. It's a tiny bat, so it is a cat-sized bat that he is right now, flipping
It's a-
around underneath the
a
table.
bat.
Drop a
This
log.
big.
This bat was in your house. You're like, oh, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's not squeak. It's squeak.
Okay, give me a stealth check as you're trying to stealth out the door, and it would be an escape artist check to squeeze through the crack of the door without moving the door.
No, just wait till somebody comes in then.
Okay, some halfling servants come in maybe about an hour later.
Sure,
and the
nothing
door
else
opens
happens.
up. Now you've got an exit.
Okay.
One more stealth.
Your cat's grace is down.
That's fine. Mutagen, Captain, 38.
Very well done.
44.
Yep, the halfling servants nor the commissioner can break 44 on their stealth checks. Sid, you fly out of the Vatapole jail to catch up with hours later. Damian and the others are back at home by that point in time. A courier has arrived back at the Ludus by the time that Damian and the others have returned, and it is written to to Ashoka and the masters of the Ludus. But we'll get to that in a moment. As Mark, are you around? Mark, are you a chair?
I am here.
That is not Mark's voice.
That doesn't even sound like Mark. I don't know what I said.
It sounds like friggin' from
Frozen
South Park.
Gnomes. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good job, guys.
Yeah.
Get them coming right for us.
All right, so you've visited the commissioner. Where were the other visits going?
The other visit was the Kossuth pipe.
Oh, right. Okay, we'll do that.
Version.
You bring Czargon to
Frozen's up.
to Kossuth's pipe. He asked a bunch of questions about Kossuth and will he still get to burn things is his main concern.
Of course, you will ignite the strongest fire there is. the fire within men's hearts.
Yes, but will I be able to burn, and will this voice in my head go away?
I don't know if it will go away, but it will have competition.
RB.
You will not
Fire
be
to fight
beholden.
fire. The only way to win.
Fight fire with fire.
Yes. Yes.
Chanticleer was leaving. He sees the two of you standing outside. He invites you in. Chanticleer's parents recognize you. You were polite when you had dinner. They are very surprised to see the red dragon, not on a leash, or even just the red dragon in general. As you bring this small red dragon to the candle shop slash tobacconist shop called Kossuth's Pipe. Pretty soon you're having Czargon sitting there, the center of attention at this grand table, where Yakainen Vok, the uncle of Chanticleer, is brought here, and you notice that the two Ifrits that you saved from slavery are also here as well, and getting along just fine with the family of with the Vok Ifrit clan. The guy somehow has gotten a falchion already. The big guard.
No need to ask where he got the falchion from.
He nods to Zed as he recognizes the people that saved him from the horrible life of slavery and from the bowels of the prison hulk. Like a red dragon in a candle shop is a right. There was this look like, hey, all this stuff is consumed. It's all flammable and consumable. But he enjoys the center of attention as they seem to really like Czargon. Czargon, for all of his youth and his small size, has some pretty wicked ability scores. Let's just give you a moment. Let's have a look at Czargon for a moment. Under characters, Vatapole, Czargon. Czargon may one day become the tilt against other competing Ludi. Czargon has a 24 strength as a small creature and a 23 charisma.
Yeah.
It's not hard to be in awe about the little guy.
Who's a little gray? Who's a little red?
Yeah.
I want to go to see Kossuth.
Is finally what Czargon says. Yakainen brings Czargon into the basement where there is a single chamber that is long, rectangular. The stairs enter at one end of the short side of the rectangle, and there are pillars that are going all the way down. The pillars are carved with relief that show different fire elementals, Ganassi, and other fiery creatures worshipping and perhaps giving homage to Kossuth. There are many torches and a very large unlit kind of a basin that you know is covered in oil at the end. As simply as they kind of coax Czargon forward, you notice that walking behind the pillars is this shadowy form in the flames, as the Ifrit, a great demon-looking thing, walks slowly upon cloven hoof along with Czargon. Czargon keeps on glancing over between the pillars so he can have a glance. The creature just grins, this devilish grin towards Czargon. We have brought this supplicant to Kossuth, a creature that at one time will be at the top of the pyramid if he does undergo the trials. Yes, bring him forth. Bring forward the creature of fire, the creature of ash, the creature of blood and flesh.
Is he talking about me?
See Czargon?
He is talking of you.
Come forward and receive your fiery baptism. The Ifrit just simply waves his clawed hand almost nonchalantly through the liquid, and the liquid turns on fire. Czargon has absolutely no fear of fire and crawls up to the side of it and sort of slides into the oil as it's burning, and he's having a little bath. He actually at one point turns upside down and is swimming upside down with his belly shown.
Wait for it.
This creature is a creature born of fire, yet it does not know the voice in the fire.
Yes, I hear a voice, though.
It is not Kossuth that speaks to you, little one. It is one that wants to steal the might of our great fiery lord.
Yes, if he is the true fire, I want to know. I wanted to know who he is.
Yes, then receive your atonement as you encounter the secret words. He actually puts his clawed hand around the dragon's throat and is pushing him underneath the oil as it's now boiling and bubbling. He struggles a little bit. You notice that the Ifrit is being clawed up, but the wounds are closing. Eventually he stops struggling, but then there's panic that overcomes his eyes as he starts to feel pain. This is the true fire that you feel. Gurgling noise under the water. Submit to it. Submit so that we may push from you this horrible pretender. Czargon might submit. We'll say that there are... how many dice is Zed?
Zed is 8 dice.
Okay. We'll say an Ifrit is... An Ifrit holding your...
Drowning you in unfathomably hot burning oil.
Right. Ifrit... Pathfinder. He's worth 8 dice. So roll 16 dice versus Sargon's 4.
Take it! Oh, those are good rolls! 4 sixes. 3 sixes and a 5. 4 sixes.
4 sixes? Okay. So
Can't they didn't have a fight?
3 versus 1, there's a little bit of Czargon, perhaps the part that really likes what Garrix tells him, the voice that is in his head.
Destroy everything that
That's
was
right.
ever to be destroyed!
He resists somewhat, and but in the end submits to the Freet's will. Plus all those that have gathered, he doesn't want to upset Zed, and these fiery people look interesting to him. Czargon eventually is just left for a while, shivering he's actually shivering by the front of the altar after some incantations have been made, and Czargon did repeat the words as he is praying before the altar quietly. The creature, the Ifrit, sort of walks away, but then between two of the pillars, there are sets of pillars, just disappeared, like his walking. He disappeared. You kept on hearing his walking, and then before the next set of pillars, the sound of the walking has disappeared, only leaving Yakainen, Chanticleer, and the rest of the Ifrit family of the Vokes, as well as the newcomers, kind of watching on quietly as Czargon prays for the first time to the fiery god of Kossuth. Go ahead and change his god to that of Kossuth.
Save your soul! Burn less things, but burn stings. Keep the burning. Burning's good, just not too much.
And somewhere out there, Garrick's fumes in annoyance.
Oh, I'm expecting a whole bunch of bad times. I'm gonna put Kossuth here, and I'm gonna put a alignment is neutral, and the personality. Hopefully we're going to clean up that personality, because megalomaniacal is kind of not the best. If that's your whole personality, you know.
I am fire. Kossuth is in me,
Is what he says to the rest of you.
He is in all of us.
Yes.
strong in you.
But I breathe him in and out, and with every day my scales grow stronger, my claws grow sharper, and I know more magic. Soon I will climb to the top. Do not worry, Ifrits. Nice Orc Zed. I will not kill you as I climb to the top of that pyramid.
Yes. You must also make certain there is a pyramid to be atop of.
Yes, a pyramid of burned things, and treasure, and dead bodies.
And those who have been inspired by your greatness.
Yes, slaves.
Of a sort.
All right, you've converted him, better or worse, to the Kossuthan religion, that it's all
At
about
least-
self-perfection.
At least it's not destroy everything. that's a hard sell. Kill everyone.
I have no idea how your game is going, like between different campaigns and then slavers with fire gods or something. Yep, that's why we do recaps and post the things online, and we can do a little recap here. Czargon was a gift that was given to the Ludus Conclave of Crimson Scale. They actually changed their name to that when they received the gift of Czargon, which was a baby dragon, from their master, and they hired this half-orc druid monk to basically beat some sense into Czargon, because Czargon was a little maniacal, chaotic, evil crazy that was trying to bite and eat everything, like an untrained wild animal. He has since pacified Czargon somewhat. He is neutral evil, and has converted from the destructive god of Garrix to Kossuth. And we just witnessed the... they are trying to make him a little more neutral. He's neutral evil right now, and you might be able to continue to beat the evil out of him if you decide, or turn him lawful. Wait a second, neutral god.
No, you have to go neutral and then lawful neutral.
Right. Meanwhile, Phineas has some documentation that needs to be signed by the old and somewhat senile Tacitus of Princeport. Phineas, you arrive at the tower. Let's see if he has other visitors. A 3 is he currently has a visitor. 2, they're just leaving or coming, and 1 is nobody is there. 3, they have a visitor. Let us see who is there.
Punk kid's always fun interactions. Isram, come on, Isram.
I hate Isram so much.
That's why it's a fun interaction. Because you were
1,
going
2,
to duel
3,
him at some point. It will happen.
Or give me a D6.
All right. Five.
All right, you don't recognize this person as a wizard.
Okay.
Another D6.
Two.
Oh, you actually see the head of a ludus sitting in the waiting room to see Tacitus. It's Lord Nori Nothrum, for whatever reason, is waiting at the Tower of the Sages.
All right. Greetings, Lord Nori.
He looks annoyed. Perhaps you're a wizard, are you not? Is what he says. You get the feeling he's been here for a while.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could go in there and tell me what's holding him up.
Certainly. I'll see if. Just give me a moment.
Tell the old bag of
Phineas,
bones that I'm expecting answers that I've paid for.
bag of bones. I see. Well, okay. He knocks on the door.
Nobody opens.
Hello.
You open the door and are able to walk in. What was the name of the guy who he thought you were?
Oh fuck, I forget.
Oh. That's a bit of a pull. Because he kept calling you some, like, his apprentice or something.
Yeah, his apprentice. I can't remember his name.
Oh, and
now.
I didn't write it down in his... Oh, damn it.
Oh, William. Or something. Doffram. Do we know... That was a long time ago. Going to the YouTubes.
I didn't write this down as a nickname for Phineas, did I?
Hang on. I'll have a
No,
quick
I didn't.
look. I don't think
write it
so.
down. Okay. We'll see how lucid he is today. You see him. He's not at his magical lectern where the books are flying off the shelf. In fact, you don't see him. You can see a couple of books hovering, like they're waiting to be tapped or opened, but he's not in his chair.
Master Tacitus? He's looking around for him.
You can hear spellcasting in an adjacent chamber.
Okay. Alright. There we go. And that's where I go.
Okay.
Quietly.
There
Goes
is
back
a
to the
hovering staff outside of a doorway. The staff is making pulsing noises.
Do I recognize the staff? Is it Tacitus' staff?
No. Might be just some other staff that he has.
Okay.
You can hear spellcasting in an adjacent chamber.
Spellcraft? What's being cast? No, I don't want your help. Here you go. $34.
Give me a second. I almost said a spell and I didn't check his level. That'd be funny. He's actually more powerful than you think he is.
Sorry. Actually, 35.
Oh, I'm in the wrong area. There's a lesser version, or greater version of the spell. I'm just trying to decide which one he's casting. Cool. 7th? Vatapole. Let me check the market. Vatapole. Six. He's casting Scrying. You know that it's a 1 hour cast.
Okay. He will quietly back off.
Okay.
Doesn't want to interrupt. Is it Tacitus, though?
Yeah, Tacitus. You kind of peek in the room. You notice the staff is still just orbiting outside of the doorway.
Yeah. All right. He will return to Lord Nori.
Yeah, Lord Nori is pacing out in the antechamber.
Regretfully, Lord Tacitus is in the middle of a spell. He could be up to an hour.
Is that what he said to you? Well, he knows where to find me. He should have this information by now.
What are you looking for?
Give me a diplomacy check.
I'm not good at these. $16.
He will know just some information about an old legend.
As you wish. I shall pass along the message.
Okay, Lord Nori leaves. He's annoyed that he didn't get what he's paid for. Damn it! Sincere frustration with Lord Nori, to the point where he was insulting to the guildmaster. Not a wise thing to do.
Yeah, probably not.
You wait around for a while. You hear sort of an exhalation.
He'll knock again.
Yeah, you go back to the hallway where the floating staff is. You notice that Tacitus is leaving. With a flick of his hand, he sends the staff flying into a cupboard at the end of the room, like a big standing cupboard. It kind of goes into the cupboard, and the door is slammed shut. Then he, oh, Phineas, is it?
Yes, Master Tacitus.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard someone. Didn't realize it was you.
Lord Nori was here earlier. He was looking for some information he said he had paid for.
Oh, how many times do we have to go over this? He is not royal blood.
Ah, yes. Well, apparently he's waiting for the message.
He just rubs his temples a little bit, like he's annoyed. Just because a man hears a legend about a king bathed in blood, or made in blood, or something like that, does not mean it is him. While he may have the aspirations of a king, he does not have the lineage of one. He's not even noble.
Then why does everyone call him Lord Nori?
Because he thinks he's noble. Part of the greatest illusion is belief in the spell.
That is true.
Force of personality? Why would anyone want to be noble? Prestige, money, power, people listening to you. Have you paid your dues?
I have, yes.
Yeah, you have to check on that later. What can I do you for, wizard? He's surprisingly lucid today.
I have this writ that I was told to get you to sign.
Okay.
For a retroactive... Well, you'll see.
You're talking while he's walking. He's going back to his library. He sits down. He takes the writ from you and kind of tosses it in the air, and like these magical hands or whatever, the ghostly hands open it up, and he doesn't touch it. He reads it. A dragon? Nonsense. There are no dragons in Vatapor.
Well, actually, there were two, and now there is only one.
Why, it was just last month that I wandered around with a true seeing.
Did you venture beyond the city walls?
Well, the city has buildings on the outside of the walls.
It just so happens, actually, it's an alter self version.
Yep.
That's not an illusion. So would true seeing pick that up?
Give me a spellcraft or a knowledge arcana.
We're gonna go with knowledge arcana. $38.
Secret or hidden doors by magic. Exact location of creatures, objects under blur, displacement effects, sees invisible creatures, sees through illusions, sees through true form of polymorph change or transmuted things. You can focus it on the ethereal plane. True seeing confers a range of 120 feet. It would have caught.
Okay. Well,
Alter self is
I
a
have no
polymorph, and a polymorph will be caught by such things. You should know this.
yes, of course. I have no explanation as to why it was Kryxes. the primus of the Sea God's Fury?
He looks at you like he doesn't recognize the name.
Yeah, a large, menacing brute, pirate type.
Yeah. A dragon pirate. What do they think of next? So what do you want me to do with this? And he's looking at another. He kind of waves his hand, hand up, folds over the paper to the second one, and there's a letter from the Count. I suppose I should have to have a look at the body. It has been moved to the Count's castle. Well, we might as well go have a look. He puts out his hand.
Oh, he's expecting a teleport, and he's very excited. It's probably his first teleport. He's a little giddy.
He picks up his regular staff. For some reason, things around him don't fall down when he kind of lets go of them. There's something that he's got, that's some dwemer that's in his tower where you just let things go. He raps on the ground. He raps on the ground one time. He smiles when you don't go anywhere, and then he raps on the ground the second time, grabbing a hold of your wrist, and you are teleported into the keep, which sends the guards all scrambling. I like this part. Oh, what's going on there? There's a bunch of guards scrambling down. It's the Imperial Wizard. Yes, bring me to the Count or the Duke, whoever here is home, is in charge. He smiles to you. And you soon find yourself before the Duke. The Duke seems surprised that Tacitus is out and about. He knows who you are, Phineas, and he brings you to a shed where the body of Kryxes is lying. The draconic body of Kryxes, of course.
Okay.
They have since transported it from the Sea God's house to the castle for perhaps inspection purposes. Oh, yes. This thing, he unfolds the tarp with a mage hand. The Count sees that the wizard is struggling a little bit, has a couple soldiers run over that pull off the tarp. My, it is a bronze dragon. Bronze dragons are sea dragons. They are rather goodly. Strange that they would attack your ludus.
This particular one was slain in a temple to Dagon.
Dagon. That's the host, Sig. Dagon. Interesting. I'll have to do some research into that. It sort of rings a bell. Well, a curious specimen. We will have to dissect it to learn more.
Oh, goody.
Find out what is wrong with it. Also, to get at the dragon's essentia. It is a series of organs that produce their breath weapon. Quite potent when combined with certain spell components. Bronze dragon, electricity, lightning bolt. You could make your lightning bolt more potent if we extract it properly.
Oh.
It's been sitting here rotting for some time. You should have summoned me earlier, Count. Well, we did. Oh, well, time flies. I would have said Tempus Fugit, but I don't know if these barbarians know High Imperial.
It's best not. They're temperamental when they don't understand what you're saying.
Sargon rolls his eyes and just wanders away a little bit.
Okay.
The Duke will want to have a look at the dragon. Don't mutilate it too bad. We'll have some soldiers bring it by your tower if you want. Oh yes, that would be sufficient. My apprentice here and I will dissect it and try to figure out what went wrong with it. What do you mean, what went wrong with it? Well, these dragons are supposed to be good. There are certain codexes that say absolutely that bronze dragons are the epitome of law and goodness. You're saying he was acting strangely. Perhaps a cranial examination will tell us more. course, if I was summoned here earlier, I could have detected magic to see if it was ensorcelled or not. But given, it's smelling like rotten escargot.
Ah, no time like the present. Yes.
Indeed. My apprentice and I will return to the tower. Please have this dragon moved post-haste, and get some incense or so.
Yes.
He's now slipped back into calling you his apprentice.
Yep. And Phineas is just going to go with that. Do
Okay.
important work. Call me. The important thing is he called me his apprentice in front of the count.
Tacitus then wanders around a little bit. He looks a little bit confused as to where he is.
After Tacitus, we were returning to the tower.
Yes? Looks at you. He's got this really vacant look on his face.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, yes, yes. Lead on, dear boy.
Gulliver! I found it! The name was Gulliver!
Gulliver, there we go.
Lead on, dear Gulliver. That's what he says.
Episode 17, Part 1. Gulliver!
Nice. All right, so I'm going to write this down on his sheet. That's what happens when you get his old apprentice,
Known to Gad,
Gulliver.
Gulliver the apprentice.
I started scanning episodes going back to episode 9.
Nice. I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna
it
do
was
the.
a lot later than I thought it was.
I'm gonna do the reconnect thing because my XSplit is just shitting the bed.
Okay.
You guys are fine. Yeah, like, watch our bars go up in a minute.
Boom! Shakalaka. Shakalaka.
Sorry about that. Yeah, exactly. Bonus points for Adam finding the name. All right, Gulliver escorts the master back to his back to the tower, and by the time you're back, he almost needs to be helped into bed.
And he does help him into bed.
Phineas is so nice.
Well, Phineas is kind of like, he sees this old, brilliant man. He's like, that could be me. It'd be nice if someone looked after me.
That's what children are for. You're going to have to use your dingus to make one.
No, that's what apprentices are for.
Or just a clone.
Or clone.
You're an alchemist. Do it.
Would you murder you for power? Think about it.
He actually, before you helped to bed, he went and sat down and looked at this thing. Do I have to sign this? Is what he says.
Yes.
Okay, he has the wherewithal to create his arcane mark, which is the sign in the place where he wants. A dragon here in Vatopol.
Gulliver just puts a pillow on his master's face. Shh.
Give me your spell book.
He signed everything over to him without knowing.
Yeah, sign this will. Get some rest, master. We have a dragon to dissect in the morning.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Yes, I'm a little bit tired. Did I cast some spells today?
Yeah, yes, you did.
All right, Gulliver. Continue your studies after you've done cleaning up. I can't have a apprentice who doesn't know his basics. It would be most embarrassing when the other
course.
wizards come to visit.
Of course, Master.
Oh, and do bring me the book again.